Hey guys, my name is Rachel and I'm one of the vocal coaches here at Superior Singing Method. And today I'm going to talk to you about your vibrato. Vibrato, whatever, everybody says. The thing with vibrato is it's a little strange how it actually sort of comes out, right? It emerges. I think there are things that we can do to help it along, but I remember when I was a kid, honestly, the first time that I sort of started experimenting with vibrato was I was imitating a lady in my church, in the choir. She had this gorgeous vibrato and I would, right? This gorgeous thing. And I would go home as a kid and be like, I'm going to sing like Terry. And so I would imitate her. I would do this, right? Sort of thing. And then over time, it just sort of came out. But the more that I've worked with my own vibrato, I've discovered there are some things, there are some tools that you can do to help it along. Here's the key for me, is you've got to set it free. The more that we try to control it or try to, maneuver or make it happen, the less it's going to happen. But the more that you find yourself in a free space with your singing, the more that the vibrato will sort of emerge. And there it is. It's like a little bird. I think of the vibrato like a little bird. It's like this bird that's like in this cage in here. And the more that you let it go, it just sort of flies out. And it's this beautiful little thing that you have. Now, some singing, you want to be able to pull the vibrato back. So there is a certain amount of control or sort of being able to maneuver it that you want to have, because we don't want a ton of vibrato happening on every single song. It's great to let it flow free and let it come out, but some things you're like, it's too much, right? It's not great for this style. You want to pull it back, especially like medieval choral singing. I remember my choral director always pulling us back and singing very straight tone. And so I had to learn how to do that as well. So you do have, again, I've talked about joysticks in your face. This is your cheeks and your nose and your lip and your eyebrows and all of these things, sort of helping you stay in this space. These are things that are going to help you either pull it back or let it flow. So today I'm going to do some exercises with you. And we're just going to, and I'll kind of pause throughout the exercises and you can kind of see, is this working? Is it not, right? Now sort of help you and guide you along the way. Because the thing is, the voice is invisible. And so as we are practicing, your practice time is actually your exploration time. You have to sit there. Sometimes, I will practice some of these things for, a good hour. I'll run a line 50 times until I'm fine. Oh yeah, that's the space where it flows most freely. So that's really what your practice time is it's you exploring what this feels like in your body. And so these things that I'll give you, although we'll do this for 2 minutes, do this over and over and over until you find that space like, oh, that's where it makes a different sound. Oh, I do have more control there. This is about you being able to discover how it's working inside your face, inside your body. So we're going to start with this little exercise. And I like this one because we all love those lines that kind of lead to that higher note that you can sort of expand upon. And I'm starting on this A. I usually start on this A for females. It's the A right below middle C. Now males, you might want to start, on maybe a C below middle C, like this C down here, or maybe even lower and kind of go up. We're going to go up 5 notes. And on the top of the 5th note, we're going to expand. It's like that Broadway moment, where we're kind of expanding, letting everything run. And then we're going to come back down. So it's going to sound like this. I'm going to demonstrate and then you can join me. I'll do it again after that. So we're going to sing on nya. It's my favorite syllable, N-Y-A-H, nya. And the reason I choose this one is because nya puts us in this space or this mask where we're isolating sound very forwardly. It's bringing it out of here. But we're also singing ah, which tends to be back. So we want to pull that into this frontal space here. So we're going to sing nya, 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 nya. Now, what am I feeling when I'm doing that? Let me explain to you. So I'm singing nya, 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 and on this top one, I'm sort of pushing the sound just very gently with my breath, right? My core breathing or my belly breath, nya, and letting it, so I'm holding that note there. And so I can sort of, it's like that. I mean, it's literally that slight. When I get to the top, I hold that note and I almost feel like an opening, but I have to gently push it forward. Nya, 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 nya. And that's how the vibrato comes out. I also feel it in my nostrils. So if you feel like sometimes honestly, it's so crazy. I make a lot of weird faces when I do this, but this is your exploration. This is what you should be doing in your practice time at home. Sometimes if I flare my nostrils and like let it go like that, then my vibrato will flow. Let me show you that again. I'll just go a little slower, but on that top note, you're gonna hold and then just sort of gently push it out. You can lift your soft palate as well. That sometimes helps. Lift your soft palate and then just let it flow like a little bird. So I'm gonna breathe. Nya, 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 nya. Right there, now let it push a little bit more and it's gonna fly. It's almost like, I almost like even flutter my eyes. Nya, 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 nya. And there's, the top note is the most fun. If that makes any sense, just letting it flow freely. Let's just do a few more of these. Start, we're on the B flat, breathe in. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Did you see how I was sort of toying with that top note? You can do that. As you're holding that top note, I'm sort of internally maneuvering things around to see where that space is. That's your exploration time, right? That's what you have to do in your discovery time as you're finding that free little space for it to go. Okay, now on the C, we're gonna start here. Nya, right? Breathe in. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Right? You hold that note and just keep slightly pushing it into that space. It's almost like, and the higher I go to, it's like I feel like my eyes are gonna pop out a little bit. They're big anyways. I know they pop out, but literally you should feel that, right, as you're singing. So let's start here, right? Breathe in. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. That one I felt right here. Try another one. Breathe in. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Now, as we get into this higher range, my core has been on the whole time, but I'm actually just tucking. I've talked in other videos about this tuck, right? So here, when I get to that top note, if I want a little more, I can literally maneuver that with my belly. It's this sort of ringing out thing. So when I get to that top note, nya, if I tuck, nya, it legitimately pushes more air into this space, and it's like you know how sometimes you'll get an air and be, too much air kind of like blows you over. That's why you're joysticking here really, really delicately. So when that air comes kind of from here, then you can channel it very narrowly here. So it's not too like, all right? Don't overblow into that space. Just be careful when you're tucking here to guide it well, and so it can flow free. Here we go. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. And I tell you what, when I finally got into that, where I was showing you into that really great line, I feel this line of energy from my belly into here. It's like, that's the golden spot. That's what you want to find when you're doing this vibrato. Let's do a couple more. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Do it again. It's that line of energy right here. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Let's go big on this one. Here we go. One last one before we go. Breathe in. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Right there. So I can feel the voices right up into here, and I just, right? Just like let it go into your nostrils. And like I said, it's almost like you can feel a little bit of pressure right behind your eyes and pushing it out a little bit, and then your vibrato will flow freely. So have fun in your discovery time, because that's really what this is. The vibrato just sometimes takes a minute. Some people just have it naturally, but it sometimes takes a minute. Now, if you want to pull it back a little bit, you just joystick a little bit, just right? You can just pull it wide in here a little bit, and that will, so you'll have a little bit less. But I think you'll have more fun discovering where the vibrato is than pulling it back. I hope you guys have so much fun with these exercises this week. And isn't it so fun to just get into your practice time and explore new capabilities that you couldn't have done before, but now you can with these exercises. So have so much fun discovering all these fun ways of singing and how that little vibrato can just fly freely. Now, before we go, don't forget to click on the link below, because this is our singing killer quiz, and this is awesome, you guys, because when you take this quiz, this will help you discover what your #1 singing killer is, and then once we have those results, we will send you a personalized video that will help you correct that killer, and so your vibrato can fly freely, you can sing freely. It's going to help you out so much. We are so excited to be on this journey with you. So also subscribe. We love likes, right? There's that little button over there. And then we have another bell up here that hit the notification bell. And so we can stay in contact with you even more. Guys, thank you so much for coming today. Click that link below, and we will see you next time.